Well, hello there. Thank you for joining us here at Coolest Life. My name is Tony, and we are here at Faith Christian Church. And we're going to this building. Doing something different, I guess. Couldn't find a sign out front or anything like that. Actually, I do see a sign right there. Oh, that was hard to see. But we're going to go inside and check it out and show you a little bit about the service, a little bit about the pastor and music and that sort of thing. So come along with us because you've just entered
the Coolest Life
Church Edition. Here's the main entrance here, and the hallway there. Got a little reception room here. Definitely doesn't, the outside doesn't do the inside justice, but they've revamped everything, so it looks pretty good. So if you're about ready to start service, let's go on in.
The stage where nobody's impressed with what you've done. What I mean by that is my wife would come when I was working on our first house, because I only had 30 days to make it livable for getting out of our lease and all this other stuff. So I had a pretty tight time frame. So I work on it every single day for hours on end. And I remember she would go to work and I'd be working on it all day, and she'd come back from work and she'd come in and she goes, "So what'd you do today?" And I was like, had coffee, and I got some lunch, a couple of things like that. And it was because we're into the electrical, we're into the plumbing, we're into the things that really matter. In my mind, it's the things that I take the most pride in. Like, I want it to work the best. And I remember when we did my brother-in-law's house, one of the fancy add-on things we did is he actually put a light switch next to the bed so that you could go to bed, and then when you wanted the lights off, you didn't have to get back up out of bed. You just hit the light switch on the wall and the light. He spent a long time of his life not being an active member of what God was calling him to do, but he was learning through the course. And I have a fun little story this morning. My wife and I, when we first got married, we did what everyone does, and we went on a honeymoon. And so we drove to Door County. My wife, it just happened again the other day, we've been married for 13 years now. She loves to drive through closed roads. I mean, it's like a bug to a bug zapper. She can't do it. She sees the road closed and she's like, "We gotta go that way." I'm like, "You can't, the road's closed." So through traffic. "Well, people are going through." It's like, "No, they're not." Like, do you understand what closed to through traffic means? It means that the people that live there can either get there from this side or the other side, but you're gonna have to do Dukes of Hazzard stuff to get all the way across, right? But my wife and I, when we were on our honeymoon, we were taking the way, we were going to Door County, and we came across a road closed sign. Granted, I want to fill in a little bit of detail. My wife and I married each other 6 months to the day that we had met each other. So really, we knew nothing about each other, even when we were on our honeymoon. I did not know that this was a thing for her. But at that time, I was like, "Oh, the road's closed, we'll have to follow the detour." She's like, "No, that's just a suggestion. You can go through." And I was like, I'm newly married. I'm just like, I just want to get there. So I'm like, "Yeah, sure, let's do it. I'll go through." And for the next 6 miles in my red Chevy Impala, we were jumping giant piles of gravel because they had replaced every single culvert. They hadn't leveled the gravel yet. Luckily, all the gravel was there, but they hadn't leveled all the gravel yet. So instead of taking the detour, we just decided, let's just go straight through. So that's a fun little thing. We survived, and it's been a great memory from that moment. But David's life included a lot of detours. Now the good news is David, when he saw a road closed sign, he listened to it and he followed the detour. Your own soul. Just don't give up. Don't give up. If there's one thing I hope you ever learn from me as a pastor, is that you become unbelievably stubborn when it comes to following Jesus. Unbelievably stubborn. That was the greatest trait my father has. Still has to this day. He's alive to this day. He is the most stubborn man I have ever met in my life. And I have met some stubborn people. But I am telling you that this guy will not fold, will not yield, and will not give up on the things he loves. Now, there's some stuff he should surrender, but he just won't do it, you know? We all have those things. But make Jesus that one thing. The thing that you refuse. No matter how much money you have or don't have, no matter the level of success, the place you find yourself, the detours you're on, the life that you live, the children you have or don't have, the family you love or don't love or struggle with or fight with, or the places you find yourself and outcast and shaken and beaten down and struggling. Never give up. But that's when this principle comes back. Never give up. Faithful. Steady. Looking towards what you cannot see. Not looking side to side, concerned with who's with you, but looking to what you cannot see, knowing that God has called you to it, and that you'll never give up, and that you'll never give up. Doesn't matter how tired, how hungry, how thirsty, how damaged, or how mistreated you may find yourself. Know that Jesus has been in that place. When he walked through that gate into Pontius Pilate's court, not one disciple was with him. The one that he loved wasn't there. The one that he said he built his church on stood and denied him. And he found himself alone at the cross, but he didn't give up. And he didn't give up, and he stayed steady. And he looked to the one that was on his side, and he said, if you'll come with me, if you'll stay with me, today you'll be in paradise. And that's what Jesus wants of us. To just stay with him. We don't have to be flashy. We don't have to be fancy. But we need to be there. We need to be with him. We need to be willing to go down the road. Because the moment you stop, the moment you turn aside, you lose what really matters.
That was a good service. Boy, he was to the point, wasn't he? It was a little shorter than I thought it was going to be, which sometimes is good. But when you make your point, you make your point. And they definitely did that time there. Hope you enjoyed the service and checked out the music there. They had a really good band. Wish the building was a little larger, more people there. Other than that, had a good time there. Your thoughts? Okay. Cool. Yeah. So be sure to like and subscribe, and check out this church if you're in Reedsburg, and I'm sure they'll enjoy having you. I'm sure they'll welcome you like they did us. So we'll let you go, and we'll see you on down the road, because we have to get out here living
The coolest life.
church edition.